Hey guys, Alf here. Gonna make a quick video on this. I seen AJ Plus had tweeted this out. New York State Senator Jesse Hamilton says a woman called the cops on him for handing out flyers in his district. Now he's introduced a bill that would criminalize calling 911 on people of color with a false report of a crime. So basically what they're saying is that they want to make it a crime to call 911 on people of color if it's a false report, which to me is ridiculous because it's already a crime. You're already getting in trouble for the false report. But yeah, they want to make it so you get more in trouble, I guess. The issue is that there's also an issue of like, how do you know it's a hate crime? How do you know they're calling it on them because they're black and not, or, you know, a different race? Like, how do you know that they don't call 911 on a white person for the same exact thing that they called 911 on a black person for? Then one is going to be a hate crime and one is not. What if it's two people and you call 911 on two people, but one's a white guy, one's a black guy? You're going to get charged twice, but you're going to get one hate crime and two false reports? That's, you know, it just doesn't work out. It's a pretty silly concept. All right, so then I responded, I think this is dumb. Personally, a false report is a false report regardless of the color of the skin. It should be considered the same crime, which I got replies on Twitter saying, white people don't die because of false reports, which is bullshit. I responded with, yes, they do, because they obviously do. You know, if you report, yeah, we've seen people get swatted, and, you know, there's a real danger in that. And I think somebody died from that too, and that person was white. But there's another article I've read about a kid. You know, there was that black kid that got killed with the toy gun in the park, and everybody was claiming racism, that if he was white that wouldn't happen. But there's a story, I'll show you guys the image, but there's a story of a kid who, it was a white kid, he was a Boy Scout, and he was playing the Wii, and someone called the police on him falsely. And when they came to the door, he answered the door with a Wii remote in his hand. And I'm guessing it was a black one. They thought it was a gun, and they killed the kid, you know. So it happens to everyone. Mistakes are mistakes, and it happens regardless of what race you are. So this is a retarded thing. They want to make it a hate crime to just call 911 on people of color. It's retarded. But then someone says, you have to explicitly make it a crime to call on black people to reduce the amount of false calls against them. A false call is an accident. These people are just automatically assuming that people are calling false reports on black people because they're black. But I mean, it could just be accidents. You know, how often does this happen? We need to look at the numbers and see how often this happens. Probably doesn't happen that often, or maybe it does happen in certain neighborhoods and certain places. But in Brooklyn, I mean, in Brooklyn, I'm sure there's way more real reports than fake reports, but who knows? But I'll show you guys this article real quick. All right, so I'll read this article for you guys. The Georgia teen one. It says, Georgia teen holding Wii remote shot by cops at his front door of a family lawyer. Georgia teen who dreamed of being a Marine was killed by police at his front door while wielding only a Wii remote. Family lawyer claims Christopher Raup, 17, of Harley, however you say that, was felled by a single police bullet when an unidentified officer arrived at the family mobile home to execute a probation violation warrant against his father. Meanwhile, police assert that the teen pointed a gun directly at the female officer, prompting her to blast the boy in the chest. The circumstances of the tragic shooting last Friday are under review by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. It just doesn't add up. He heard a knock at the door. He asked who it was. There was no response, so he opened the door, and upon opening the door, he was immediately shot in the chest. Raup, 17, a member of the ROTC at Woodland High School, was planning to sign up for the Marines. His friend said he was a good kid. Obviously, they're going to say he's a good kid. But yeah, basically, he died because when he answered the door, he had a Wii remote in his hand, and they're saying he pointed it at the female officer. If that's true, I have no idea. But either way, yeah, the cops showed up and they shot him, and they didn't mean to. So I'm not saying that these things never happen, but I'm saying that, you know, these things happen to everybody. It's not like a race issue. Yeah, that's basically it. Now there's people in Brooklyn having protests trying to get the city or the borough to make it a hate crime to I guess call 911 on black people, and if it's false, then you get charged with a hate crime on top of the false reporting. So yeah, that's just my ideas on this. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I just released that Aquila video right before this one, so it's kind of a similar topic. There's kind of a part 2 to that, so if you guys want to check that out, go back one video. So thanks for watching, guys. Alpha out.